beautiful Manhattan, New York City. We have our first edition of the panel of the 2019-2020 campaign. Tony Brar here, joined alongside Jack Michaels and Bob Stauffer. And gentlemen, the Oilers are off to really a historic start, coming back in their first 4 games and coming out on top in each of those 4 games. One of 3 teams in NHL history to do so. Bob, what's made them so successful so far?
Well, they've been resilient. The coach has emphasized team. They're getting contributions. I mean, offensively, maybe it looks like it's mostly top 6, but they're getting critical minutes from some of the support players. Vastly improved on the penalty killing, and they're building a sense of belief. And frankly, I think this group has some room to grow as well. So it should be exciting for Oilers fans. They've been opportunistic. They've capitalized on their power play. They got lots. There's some tremendous individual stories, but I can't reinforce it more. Like, for me, it's you don't come back the way they've come back without a sense of team being built.
And talking about those individual stories, Jack, the main storyline has been James Neal, 7 goals through his first 4 games. What's allowed him to be so successful on the ice?
Well, he's established a net front presence on the power play and made some unbelievably athletic plays. I mean, just the sheer hand-eye coordination to tip in an absolute rocket from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins last night. We couldn't believe he got his stick on the puck, and now he's got 7 goals to lead the league. Connor McDavid probably has the quietest 10 points he's ever accumulated. He's tied for the league lead in scoring. The thing that really sticks out for me is that Edmonton has won with its A game and won with its C-plus game. I thought in Long Island they dominated a club lines 1 through 4 that are traditionally one of the strongest depth teams in the National Hockey League. And the Oilers won every matchup. And then against New Jersey, I don't think Edmonton won significant portions of the hockey game. They were the trailing team for the first 10 minutes of the first period, much of the second period, and nearly all of the third period. But sometimes really good teams aren't always really good. They're just really good when they have to be. And Edmonton, through 4 games, has done that.
Bob, Jack talked about winning with an A-plus game and a C-plus game, but a big reason for that has been special teams. It's really come through the clutch in certain moments of the hockey game, hasn't it?
Well, the power play was good last year, and it should be good. I mean, when you have Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, those are 2 of the top 4 scorers in the league last year. Factor in Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, who historically speaking, in terms of points per 60 played on the power play, has been a first-line player. That's 3 guys in your 1-3-1 formation that are elite power play guys. Jack mentioned James Neal's ability to tip pucks and hunt for pucks and those sort of things, and they're getting the zone entry because they have multiple guys that can bring it in. I'm not surprised about the power play, frankly, to be honest with you. The penalty killing had to get improved. I mean, since November of 2016 is the worst penalty killing in the NHL. And the Oilers have got guys with defined roles killing penalties, and they're taking pride in it. And that's part of building team and building a culture. And by the way, you need your goaltender to be your best penalty killer. They're getting that as well.
You hit it right on the head with that one, because my next point, Jack, we're the goaltenders. 2 starts apiece for both Mikko Koskinen and Mike Smith, 2 wins each. That must be an encouraging sign for the Oilers.
Absolutely. They've had the better goaltender all 4 nights. And while the goaltending hasn't been lights out from a goals against or save percentage standpoint, Mikko Koskinen was really good in crucial moments against New Jersey. Again, the Devils had the Oilers on the ropes, and Mikko came up with some big saves at opportune times. The Devils were never able to get a 2-goal lead. And when your goaltender allows you to, John Malkovich it up a little bit, hang around, you're going to steal some wins. And I thought, against New Jersey, that was evident. And the other thing, Bob talks about the special teams and the penalty killing. I think also it speaks to a little bit of the depth. Because, oh, by the way, the Oilers have 34 goals on the bench right now. Yeah. Alex Chiasson and Josh Archibald haven't played. I mean, they're legitimate National Hockey League players, and you could make an argument for vast stretches of last season. Alex Chiasson was the 3rd best player on the Edmonton Oilers. So there is some depth. And guys like Patrick Russell and Marcus Grayland and Gaetan Haas and Joachim Nygaard have given the Oilers quality NHL minutes in areas that, quite frankly, they haven't been getting nearly often enough the last 2 years.
And because of that, the Oilers are 4-0 to start the season. Very quickly, Bob, just maybe tee up the game against the Rangers. Should be a pretty good individual matchup as well, with seeing Mika Zibanejad getting off to the start that he's had.
Yeah, that top line with Buchnevich, Panarin, and Zibanejad's going. They're giving up a lot of shots, though. They gave up 39 shots per game for their first 2 games. They haven't played for a week. One thing we didn't hit on, the Oilers' defense. I mean, Ethan Bear has been a revelation. Oilers overcoming the loss of Adam Larson.
Yeah.
It's going to be a challenge against New York. It's clear the Rangers can score, but I think the Oilers need to capitalize early against a team that maybe hasn't played for a week.
Jack, do you want to add to that at all?
Well, Bear and Joel Pearson. Again, two guys. The Oilers have turned over half of their team from last year, at least at the outset. They're operating with half a new hockey team, and they're 4-0. This is significant. And, you know, the minutes that Bear and Pearson have played aren't necessarily dynamic on the score sheet, but again, they're solid NHL minutes. They're going to have to be solid against a New York team that's going to get up and down the ice. I think the Saturday matinee could be an exciting game. The Rangers play quick. They've added some weapons. Expect plenty of chances.
Jack and Bob have teed up the game against the Rangers that goes Saturday afternoon at Madison Square Garden. They'll have the call for you on 6:30 CHED and the Oilers Radio Network. We'll have you covered right here on Oilers TV. This is the first edition of the panel of the 2019-2020 season.
And this guy's first trip to the Big Apple.